Hey guys, and welcome back to Your One Room Schoolhouse. If you are new here, my name is Mary Barfield and I'm a homeschooling mama to a second grader and a kindergartner. And today's video is the second video in my video series for curriculum picks for next year. It'll be the school year 2025 to 2026. Now, if you didn't see my first video and you want to check out what my rising first grader is going to be doing for her individual subjects, I will leave that linked above for you guys. Go check that out and then come back to this video because today's video is going to be the independent subjects for my third grader, well, rising third grader. And then after this video, I will be releasing our group subjects. I will probably split it up into 2 videos just to kind of make it more manageable to watch. So let's start this video off talking about math. If you have been following my channel from the beginning, you know that math has been one of those that it took us a little bit to find our footing, but once we did, we've been doing really well. So then it's probably gonna come no surprise to you guys that we are sticking with Math Mammoth. My oldest daughter is currently finishing up the second workbook for level 2, so she's on 2B right now. And I think we should easily finish this before next year, and then we'll start the year off with level 3A. I haven't printed it yet. I actually purchased the entire bundle PDF version from grade 1 to 4. It saved me a ton of money, and since I have 2 kids, it's just easy for me to print off whatever level we're working on and move on and not have to pay anything else for it. So once she has completed this, we will just move on and I'll print off level 3A for her. This has been going really well. It's a mastery style. It doesn't have a whole lot of fluff, which I think my daughter really likes. It really focuses on mental math and conceptual math, which she's actually really good at. And she really, really enjoys it. So can't say enough wonderful things about this program, and that is why we will be continuing to stick with Math Mammoth. Okay, now let's talk about language arts picks. If you did not see my recent term 2 update, this is probably going to come to you as a shock. If you did, you will know what I'm about to say. Again, without going into a lot of detail, because you can go check out that video, I'll link it up above if you want to see the whole story of how this all came to be and how we switched. Basically, my youngest daughter was having a hard time with the phonics program we had picked for her, so we switched to the Get in the Beautiful level K for her. And my oldest daughter, who was doing the McGuffey readers and a Charlotte Mason style notebook and approach with it, narration, copywork, spelling, dictation, although that was going well for her, she looked at her sister's language arts and was like, hey, that looks like a lot more fun. So we switched her to the Good and the Beautiful level 2 language arts program. It's not that there was anything wrong with the McGuffey readers. It's just, frankly, it is easier when you have 2 kids so close in age to keep them on the same program. But also when I saw how well this was going for my youngest daughter, I was like, maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea for you to try this out. So she did. The first couple of lessons went really well. I also realized that it was covering a lot and making sure she did not have any gaps in her knowledge and her ability within language arts. And that just gave me a ton of peace. And so I was like, you know what? This is going so well. Let's officially switch. So we did. This will include phonics, writing, reading, grammar and punctuation, spelling, literature, geography, and art. There's so much goodness in here, y'all. Like, oh my gosh, so many awesome things. I mentioned in my first video of my curriculum pick series, if you want me to, I will do a flip through of the language arts programs for this level and for level K if you want me to. I'll also talk about how the booster cards are used. This is their phonics / reading program that's kind of separate. Because what they've realized is that children will oftentimes read at a different rate than they will learn the other topics within language arts. So they allow the kid to kind of move at their own pace when it comes to reading. So with the booster cards, and then they also coincide with the 2 readers that come from this level. And I printed all this off for free, y'all. That's the beauty of the Good and the Beautiful, is that they allow you to print off their language arts and math programs for free. So we have Wesley and the Wolves, and then Molly and the Falcon. Since this was going so well, I also went online and I realized that the Good and the Beautiful has a whole library of wonderful, beautiful books. And they're also rated by their level. So if your kid is doing level 2, you can then go look at the level 2 books, because based on that, then they should easily be able to read these books. So I allowed my daughter to pick out a few to kind of help her, just she can use them to practice, but also she just likes reading. So she went ahead and picked out Seth and Beth. They're the best of friends. They go on adventures together. She really loves adventures. So this one kind of sparked her fancy. So this one. And then I also let her she picked out a full 4-book series. It's called the Maria series. I'll hold them up individually. Well, here they all are. And there's 4 of them, but I'll hold them up individually. There's Maria's Many Colors. There is Maria's Many Kittens, and my daughter loves kittens, so I know why she got excited about this one. There is Maria's Many Cookies. This is a new series, I think, too. And then there is Maria's Many Cousins. It's about her family. So we'll be doing those along with this program because, again, we're starting this halfway through this school year, so I anticipate that we'll probably not be completely finished with this. We might. I don't know. We'll see. But we might start next year with level 2, but then whenever she finishes level 2, I'll go ahead and print off level 3 and we'll start that. I also got this because this goes ahead along with the level 2 language arts. It's my 3rd nature reader. And there's a whole series. There's my 1st, my 2nd, and then my 3rd nature reader. And I like that it again follows, my husband just scared my daughter. It follows the ability to read with this program, and then it kind of tells you, okay, if you're to this point in the program, then they should be able to read these stories up to this point. So, and it also has, I love this because these are really good quality books, y'all. Like, I'm really impressed. This is hardback, and they also come with the little ribbon bookmarks because we are always losing bookmarks, y'all. So I'm really excited for her to read this. She's very excited too. So something we are adding to the language arts program, not that I think it necessarily needs it, but just because my daughter really likes language arts, and this is a quick, like a few minute ad every day, we are also going to be doing Fix It Grammar Book 1. Now, I was made aware that this is the old version, like they recently just updated all the different levels for Fix It Grammar. I'm not going to go ahead and get the new one because I've heard that they're close enough that it's not going to make a significant difference. And also I paid 50 cents for this at the thrift store. So I also have level 2 and level 3 that I got from the thrift store. So we're going to be okay hanging out with the old version. Then, you know, once we get done with the 3rd one, maybe then we'll buy the newer version of level 4, or I'll find it at the thrift store again and we'll just go that route. But I had her trial out the first week of this. Just to see if she liked it, and she was like, this is so fun. I knew she would like it too. I don't know if my youngest daughter is going to like this program or not. We might go the first language lessons route, or we might not do anything. Maybe The Good and the Beautiful will be plenty. I don't know. But she really likes the idea of seeing the sentence. It's like a problem solving, figuring out what's wrong and then fixing it. She like lights up when she does that kind of stuff. So I knew that she would like this. So we're going to be adding this to our language arts lineup. And the only other thing that I don't have yet, because I'm going to wait for the March discount, the March sale that The Good and the Beautiful does, we are also going to get her the handwriting level. I think we're going to go with level 5. So she just finished up Handwriting Without Tears, cursive kickoff. And now she's just for the last couple weeks been doing cursive copy work, and her cursive is really good. So if I put her at level 3 or even level 4, I think she would be really bored with the handwriting. Level 5 is where they're doing full cursive sentences. So I think I'm going to go with level 5. If I find that's too much for her, I'll go back and then get the level 4. I'm going to buy the PDF version of this because then my youngest daughter will, you know, be able to use it, and I'll just print off another copy for her and I won't have to buy another book. So even if I buy level 5 and that's too much for her and we go down to level 4, I'm not going to be worried about it because then my youngest daughter will use it anyway. So it's not a big deal. And that's it for language arts, I think. Oh, wait, one other thing I was going to mention with language arts is her free reads. So I picked out some free reads from the Ambleside Online Year 2 book list, as well as from Build Your Libraries book list level 2. And basically we're going to use these as like a nighttime read. These aren't going to be scheduled into our day. There's no pressure to read them. These are supposed to be free and fun. And I think the way I'm going to do it, I'm not sure. I think I'm probably going to combine my girls' free read lists and put it like in a cubby in our homeschool room upstairs and say, these are our free reads that we can pick from, and like say, hey, Charlie, you pick the first one, and once we're done with that, you know, a couple weeks in, my daughter will get to pick the next free read from all of the options. So if you didn't see my video with my first graders picks, I talk about her free read list in there. I'm probably going to combine those two and just like, we just do it together. I think it'd be too much to do read alouds with the girls separately. I just feel like that's not realistic. So here are the books. We're going to do The Story of Dr. Dolittle. We are going to do Mary Poppins. which by the way, I've never read Mary Poppins. I've only ever seen the Disney movie. I know, it's shocking. We are also going to do Otto of the Silver Hand. I printed this one off because it was a freebie from Living Book Press. By the way, I'll link them down below. And then also, sorry, this one's a little floppier because it's bigger. 5 Little Peppers and How They Grew. Those are the ones that I have right now. There's other ones that we're going to borrow from the library, or we have the Audible audiobook for. Of the ones I didn't mention, we are going to do 5 Children and It. That one looks actually really good. Little House on the Prairie, Farmer Boy. What are the other ones? Oh my gosh. Did I mention? Oh yeah, we got, Where the Mountain Meets the Moon. My oldest daughter, we read The Year of the Dog by Grace Lynn, who also wrote Where the Mountain Meets the Moon. She loved that book. That was literally her favorite book from the school year so far, and I think it'll continue to be. She wants to read anything Grace Lynn has written, and so I'm really excited to tell her that we're going to be reading that as a free read this year. I bet it'll be her first pick to do as a free read, so I'm excited about that one. And I'm sure there's a couple others, but those I'm all going to get either from the library or have the audiobook version of. Okay, last but not least, for my rising 3rd grader, that's hard to say, y'all, I am also going to talk about electives for her. So we are going to do, oh, hello, Sage. This is my husky. If you've ever seen any of my videos, you probably see her sleeping back here. We are going to do American Girl, The Care and Keeping of You 1. And I actually read, not this version, I think it's a revised version. I read the original of this when I was younger. I think it really helped. It talks a ton about body basics, hair care, your ears, how to clean your eyes, taking care of yourself, acne if that happens, your underarms, talks about bras, all that fun stuff. But like, I'm not gonna have her do this on her own. Like, we are going to read it together. We're going to talk about this stuff if she has questions or anything like that. A lot of this stuff we've already talked about, but I think it'll be nice to have an additional resource that's kind of explaining it to her. And I really enjoyed this as a child. Like, this really helped me out too, because also sometimes it's just weird talking to your mom about stuff. Well, if you have that kind of relationship, which I didn't have a good relationship with my mom in that respect to talk about this stuff, but I feel like my daughter and I are very open about these kinds of topics. We talk to each other. She doesn't feel weird about it. So I think this will just kind of help make it a little more fun, if that makes sense. And then another additional extracurricular that she will be doing along with my daughter is piano lessons through Hoffman Academy. I'll link it down below. It's a free resource. They also have a paid version, which we will eventually do. We're going to pay for it once if they do a discount on the annual subscription, because I think it is well worth the cost. The free lessons are fantastic on their own, but when you do pay, you get a lot more in it. There's some games that you can play to practice with. You get additional sheet music and stuff like that. There's just so much in there. It's just really full of goodness. So we're going to do Hoffman Academy, the free version, until they run a discount and we can get the paid version. And then for sports, she is going to be doing soccer in the spring this year as well as the fall. She loves soccer. She'll do some golf lessons this summer, as well as her younger sister will be doing. And then we'll just play golf as a family together. I'm going to try and do once a week during the nicer weather months. And then also we have a Ninja Warrior gym around the corner that the girls love going to. I buy a package of visits there, and then we kind of work through those as our schedule allows. And they're pretty active. I mean, that's plenty. That's 3 things. I know not all of it runs through the entire year, but they're always doing some kind of activity. So, and then they also just like playing outside with their best friends next door because they also homeschool and they're the same age, and it's just absolutely perfect. Perfect in Schlug if you watch The Office. So that is it for my rising 3rd grader for her individual subjects and extracurriculars. If you have any questions about anything I went over in this video, please leave them down in the comments. If you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all.